Welcome to 1856 First Church Pella Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome, friends of 1856. This is Breanne, and Pastor Bob is away on vacation, but I have Pastor Mike Melody in with me today. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Breanne. And Gabe's here, too. He's already smiling.
He is. I'm so excited but we'll get to him because he's our special guest.
Because we have some announcements to talk about first.
Yes, we do have some announcements. Yep. We'd like to remind people. But first, this week, Wednesday, are your boys excited about the family movie?
One of them will be attending.
Okay.
The other one, not yet. We're not yet decided whether Judah's going to go or not. Mm-hmm. The way last one went, it was really cool. Like just seeing the little baby kids run around up front.
Toddlers, I think they're called.
Yeah, baby people. And Judah's just 2. So
yeah, no,
Judah,
I loved
by
it.
the way, pooping on the toilet.
Hey, good for him.
I know you were wondering.
I was wondering.
He's not talking well yet.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But he's pooping.
Hey, that's actually a really big feat for a 2-year-old.
I know. Yeah.
Because there are some 3 and 4-year-olds that still don't like to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these are the things we talk about as parents.
Having an older brother doing it is helpful.
Yeah, it's encouraging. They want to do that. They always want to look up to those older brothers.
That's right.
All right. And let's just transition into care because,
wait, so that movie's at 6:30 Wednesday night in New Sharon, Iowa at the Capri Theater for $5
right.
with a movie. Well,
yeah, no, there is a movie and you get popcorn and pop and it's only $4 actually.
Okay. What an interesting price.
I thought so, but what else is interesting is you don't have to wear capris to go to the Capri Theater.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, I don't own any. And if I did, I don't know if I'd wear them in public.
Thank you, but you do not have any.
Speaking of $5 though.
Yes.
Guys night?
Guys night is $5. That's
fried chicken.
And they get fried chicken. Is that it?
I'm just really concerned with the fried chicken.
That's
what
the only thing you're going for
in.
is the fried chicken.
Fried chicken, fellowship, and sweat.
Is my understanding, maybe. And dessert and drinks. But not only that, fellowship and games.
4:30 to 7.
Yeah, and then my understanding is Pastor Alex is planning to have some pickup games after for those who want to.
Yeah, I think some ultimate frisbee maybe.
Okay. Very nice. Well, I know my guys are going, so Ryland and Steven are planning on it.
No Colin?
Colin's a little too young yet. They told me 6th grade maybe and up was the cutoff.
Is there actually a stated cutoff?
They're what? Well, is it a cutoff?
I do mean this
starting
because
at
I'm asking
grade.
on my own.
Yes. Well, my understanding was 6th grade and up.
Okay.
At least that's what on the registration is.
I'll have to break the news to
my
kids.
Well, you can maybe try to talk them into it. But
yeah, I could talk to Alex into it, maybe.
Maybe you could. So the only other thing, so I'm looking forward to this. So I'm a Chicago Cubs fan, but we have the Iowa Cubs. And we get to go there in August. Do we have to have a minimum for that?
I don't know. I don't think so. And I love that event so much. But this year, Dawson Ford is getting married, and the next weekend is his wedding. But that weekend, we have like a house with a pool. So I'm not going to be there. So sad.
Okay.
But we'll have a lot of people
there. Well, now no
there.
one's going to go because you're not there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Pastor Bob and his big Cubs voice will go there. Actually, Bob and Patty were at the Cubs game yesterday.
I saw that. I feel like we're doing a Where's Waldo, but Where's Pastor Bob? And last time I saw was at the Chicago Stadium.
And they went to Brookfield Zoo as well.
Okay.
One of the greatest ape exhibits out there at Brookfield Zoo.
Yeah, Brookfield Zoo is a great zoo. I agree. So hopefully they will continue to enjoy their vacation. But I think that's the major ones for announcements.
Yeah.
So let's get to our main attraction, which is Gabe Kauzlarich.
Sailor.
He is.
Yeah.
Going into the Navy.
That's right.
So welcome, Gabe.
Hi.
Would you mind? So obviously a lot of our church, but we actually have listeners that might not know you. Do you want to give them a little bit of who is Gabe?
Yeah. So I'm Gabe Kauzlarich. We sit on the front row on the right side when you walk into the church.
Yeah, your family is not hard to miss.
Yeah. Cover up the whole pew. I always sit on the very end.
Well, yes. By the way, how many siblings do you have now?
I have 7 siblings.
And you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
You name them for us?
Yes.
For the listener.
Yes. So Josie, Sophie, Corey, Rudy, Rex, Rhett. And Margot.
Don't forget Margot.
I about forgot her.
Well, she's only 2 weeks old? Not even?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she's real tiny. But yeah, it was funny. Went from oldest son to a bunch of girls to a bunch of boys, and then wrapping it up with a girl, huh?
Yes, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is she getting your room?
No,
Margo?
no, my older sister will get my room. But actually, it was 2018. It would have been maybe 2017 when we found out Mom was pregnant with Rudy. But I was the oldest and then had 3 sisters, and I wanted a brother really bad. And so I was so excited when Rudy was born, and then I ended up getting 2 more. So
That's awesome. I imagine they looked up to you as well.
yeah.
You were
Yeah,
so
they do.
excited to have them.
Yeah.
So, Gabe, you are a high school graduate
Yes.
from homeschool.
Yeah.
I know you dual enrolled a little bit as well.
Yeah.
What's the
correct?
Kauzlarich Homeschool Academy's name?
304 Academy
304.
in
Nice.
Tracy, Iowa.
304 Academy.
304 Academy.
Because
nice.
your house is on 304
Walt Street.
Wall Street. Yeah.
Now everybody
Yes.
can send you cards.
That's right.
So you are a high school graduate, and most people, there's different career options,
Yes.
and I would say you're probably the first to me, well, in my circle of people that I know, that chose to go into the military. So can you share a little bit about why you decided the military? Because I know you've done a lot, apprenticeships, right? Doing different things, not only with your dad, but I'm forgetting electrical, right?
Yes. Electrical, plumbing, HVAC.
Yeah. So why the military?
I don't know. I remember I was, I don't know how old I was, but I was significantly younger, but I was like probably 12, 10. I don't remember, but I remember having a conversation with my dad. I remember we were outside by the garage, and he told me that he was going to join the Air Force when after 9/11 happened, and he ended up not being able to because of some of his scores on the test you have to go to take in, and the Air Force has pretty high standards, so they would not let him in without a lot more studying and stuff like that. So he just gave up on it and met my mom and got married and had a bunch of kids. But I always kind of thought, that would be pretty cool to do something like that, and years went by. I just thought I was going to go get some regular job, and I was going through an apprenticeship program through the school where you can work a certain amount of hours at different construction trade companies, which I did. And I just didn't have my heart set on anything, and it just was kind of doing it. And I don't know. Something was kind of just felt empty in me. And I was like, I need to do something. And I saw a commercial about the Navy, and I thought, that'd be pretty cool. And so I went and talked to a recruiter, and kind of was set in stone after that. Talking to him, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And not really much past military family. Just my my great grandpa and my would be my mom's uncle. He served in Vietnam, and my great grandpa served in World War II. Okay. And actually, he was in the 102nd Division, Ozark Division for infantry for the Army.
Okay.
And he served, I think it was a full year in World War II. And he had some crazy stories, and he made it out alive. And and then he came back home, and he had my grandma. So if
so why? So there's many branches of the military.
Yes.
And you said you sought out a recruiter. Was it specific to the Navy, or what?
I don't know.
swayed you to the Navy?
I really actually I was thinking about that the other day. I don't know for sure. It just seemed pretty cool. I mean, you see a bunch of ships cruising through the water, and our Navy's really big, and I just thought, man, that'd be cool to do. So
Well, what I remember of you is you like the water. You like to fish.
Yeah, I do. I like to fish a lot.
So
yeah.
maybe you are a fish. You
right.
do like swimming too.
Yeah.
My older brother was in the Navy on the USS John McCain and stationed in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Really interesting. And then my younger brother's still, he's not active duty, but he's been deployed once and will probably be deployed again.
Mm-hmm.
But about Gabe, he's not putting this connection together, but Gabe has for a long time in his life loved our country.
Yeah.
It's been very obvious.
It's true.
He has, like, as a young person, campaigned. You were on the DeSantis campaign for a while.
My dad was Marion County chairman for DeSantis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We just did a bunch of things like that. And yeah, I don't know. I just been taught well just to respect the country, respect the flag, and and I was thinking about it too. I went back to work that next week. Told my boss, "Hey, I think I'm gonna be done here. I'm gonna go join the service." And he thought that was pretty cool. And I was just thinking about it at work, and I'm like, you know what? I think this is something I want to do because I go sit in town somewhere with some friends and don't ever have to worry about anything. And, I'll come to church here in this great church and just like, you don't ever have to worry about anything. And, not a lot of people get that privilege. And so, and I haven't done a single thing to, help that cause be more,
to give back. And
exactly.
It's a very noble cause to.
Yeah. And I just thought, that's something I need to do. And I hope I set an example for my younger brothers and doing that and see where they'll be. But after that, and after I remember I was thinking about that day, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I had my heart set on it till I signed up. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you had mentioned, you were kind of telling us before the podcast, the different levels in which you'll go through as you graduate into as a recruit, right? And so, what does that look like? Because this is your last week home. Yes. And then I know Pastor Bob was teasing you, but it's kind of the common terminology to say ship out. Yeah. And on Sunday with a landlocked state, I'm sure you got it. But anyway, how did... I guess, what does that look like for you? Do you go through basic training?
Yeah. So I ship out to boot camp. It'd be Monday, the 27th. And that is 10 weeks in Great Lakes. Their Navy base there in Chicago. And after you graduate that, you go to your schooling. And most known as, they call it A school, it's aviation school. And some people have a C school, and that is an extra school you go to just to learn more about what you're going to do and your rate. And just depending on your job and what it qualifies for. And, So, and that's what I will do. I will go to aviation school after my boot camp for 7 weeks in Pensacola, Florida. So,
oh, wow.
I think that'll be pretty cool.
Okay.
Tail end of the fall, early winter.
Pensacola's on the Panhandle, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too bad of weather down there.
No.
So you mentioned schooling. What does schooling look like for you
Well, I'm going to find out. I don't really know a ton, but it's just about your job. So, I'm going in as aviation ordnance, so I will be going to my school and learning about what that job consists of and what I have to do there. So,
okay. What are your aspirations as far as where do you want to get to in rankings?
Yes.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of ranks, and then officer ranks and things like that, and stuff they'll teach you, and we're supposed to study and learn ranks and learn how to address people. And you see a lot of different people that have done it for 20 years in the military, 15 years, however long, and made it to a certain rank, and it's pretty cool and honorable. And I don't know where I'll be, and that's in the future, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool. You gotta, that's what they teach you in boot camp. You got to learn a bunch of ranks and learn your 11 general orders and
Okay.
Let's switch it up, Breanne. How
What
are
do
you
you
going to maintain your faith when you go away?
maintain my faith. I'm going to
People go to the military, come back, they're not Christian anymore.
That's right.
It's not uncommon. People go to the
Really?
military and they're
Get married
and get married and get divorced. And it's
really?
common. People go to the military and get immersed in sinfulness of men. You're in this fraternity type thing, and it's easy to fall into alcoholism and women and different things. How are you going to protect yourself?
I'm just going to find a good group of guys, just not getting a bad group of guys and then get caught up with it and go down a, bad path. So,
yeah, Pastor Bob had talked about that on Sunday with it's easy to get out of community and to not read your Bible through difficult things. So what are your habits then that you intend to keep?
I don't do the best at reading my Bible, but I want to try to do better. I want to, find a good group of guys and to do that with. And, everybody's going in together who, I'll be going in with. So we're all new to everything, new world, new environment. And, I just think if I can, surround yourself with good people and, you become who you hang out with. So
It's true.
that's a very true thing. But
will you still have access to family and connections here, or when you go into basic training, are you cut off from all those relationships until a certain point?
Yeah, you can write people. You do get your phone. I heard I think it was for maybe 10, 20 minutes, one day a week or something like that, to where you can call your recruiter, your parents, or if you have any questions or something like that.
Okay.
But
That's during boot camp specifically.
Yeah, during boot camp.
When you're deployed, you should be able to.
Yeah, you can get your phone
with your family.
Yeah, if you're
Interesting.
Yeah, you can communicate.
I FaceTimed my brother when he was on a base in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you're in some areas on a ship, it may be hard. I know somebody in the Navy, and they off and on use their, they'll be with their phone, and you can contact them for a month or two, and then they're gone for 7 days on the ship, and they can't have their phone or something like that. So, just all depends. But yeah, you can have your phone more than I thought. But when you're in the fleet, so
Okay.
yeah.
Well, what are ways that First Church can support you?
I don't know.
Think we could send you some care packages while you're out there?
No, I'm all right. You can,
Do you need anything specific? Is Mike hinting at?
no, I'm all right. I don't know. Just pray that our world can, be peaceful and, not have a bunch of conflicts, because it just starts a lot of bad things, and war can happen, and it's not a good thing. But
you want to hear from people while you're gone, or you want to come back and feel like you haven't talked to everyone for 5 years?
No, I'll be back. I mean, yeah, I'd like to hear from people. I mean,
there's a way.
There we go.
can communicate with them.
We
there you go.
communicate.
Just give me a call.
On care night, we can write you cards.
That's
right.
actually true. So my mom at their church, because my brother was away for 9 months, she started a prayer group where they actually wrote cards and sent packages to soldiers. And my brother loves hot things. So it was
Spicy hot?
He's sitting in Saudi Arabia eating Takis and gummy worms. And that hits really hard when you're just eating camel meat otherwise.
Sure, right. Taste at
Camel
home.
meat, Gabe?
Yeah,
We'd have to figure out how to get you
ground
some
camel
Dutch
burgers.
trees.
ground camel burgers.
Maybe we could try to figure out how to get some Dutch letters to wherever you're at.
Yeah,
And they might be a little stale. I don't know.
that's okay.
Beef sticks. Deer sticks.
Ooh, deer sticks.
Yeah. Well, who knows? My my uncle, who served in Vietnam, he had what he thought was a steak one time in Vietnam, and thought it tasted a little funny, but he ate the whole thing, and his buddies ate it. Come to find out, it was a dog.
No.
Yes, so he has had dog.
Interesting.
And he didn't hate it, is what you're
He
saying.
didn't hate it.
It's good to know.
So
Did you think we'd be talking about eating dog on the podcast?
I did not
Yeah.
think that we'd be eating, but talking about that. But I was just thinking of this, of when you're what are or what is something that you are looking forward to, and one thing that you're probably going to miss the most?
Well, I don't know. The deer aren't going anywhere, so
Yeah, you'll come back.
I'll
They'll
come
still
back.
be here.
Yeah.
I know you're a big hunter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They'll be here if my dad doesn't shoot them all. But no, I'm looking forward to just a new adventure, not really knowing where in every step I'm gonna take necessarily. Because I signed the dotted line, so at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go in. My recruiter can only tell me so much, and it's like I just gotta go do it, experience
You're
it.
gonna finish the military, and Corey's gonna be driving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
he's gonna be driving
Rudy's
a
gonna be
Buick.
like going out in the forest on his own hunting.
When you say finish the military, you mean
If
My
he does
contract.
5 years, his
If I
5-year
finish my
contract.
contract,
your contract
Yeah.
is 5 years? Is
5
that-
years active duty, 3 reserve.
Okay.
Yeah. So they all sign different contracts, but he can not retire at the end of that contract and sign a new.
And you can sign a new one.
I can re-enlist, and then I
Okay.
can re-enlist and just keep going. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of wild to think about. But
There's military
when
as a
you
career. Mike Van Haften did it.
oh, yeah, that's true. He did. So what's one? I mean, what do you? Well, you kind of mentioned hunting, but is that the thing you'll miss the most?
no, I'll miss my family. I'll miss the church family, especially. And I just grew up in a small town here my whole life, so never really been anywhere other than Florida and stuff for vacation. So it's going to be a big
Quite the
culture shock,
adventure.
but it'll be cool.
Well, I think that it was super impactful to see on Sunday the servicemen and women in our church that came up around you on Sunday and prayed. Because of anybody, they're the ones that know what you're going to go into.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he was going to do that. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a neat experience. Well, Mike here has been your youth pastor for 6 years now,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
he has.
He was in 6th grade when I started. He was finishing up his 6th grade year. I would sit across the table, eat a meal with little Gabe, and he'd talk a
Little
lot.
Gabe, look at that.
He'd talk a whole lot. I mean, when I said like Gabe's loved America for a long time, I just remember as a little kid, he'd walk up to people and be like, "Why are you a liberal? I don't get it," and like that was just those kind of things weren't uncommon. He's changed a little bit,
Yeah.
but still.
Well, as a
says
youth
similar
pastor,
things.
Mike, what characteristics do you see in Gabe that will make him successful in not only this career, but growing in his faith?
Gabe's winsome. Gabe's hardworking, and he's loyal. If I those three come to mind quickly. I didn't think about this ahead of
Yeah,
time, but
that's
winsome in that like people like being around Gabe. He's playful. He's fun.
Yeah, I'm not quiet. When
This
things
is
are
true.
quiet, I just have to let out some fun energy.
Yeah.
When people are sucking the funny out of the room, you got to put it back in there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you got to have a little fun.
You
in
do
life,
have to
and
love
Gabe
fun.
knows that.
That's great.
He's loyal. In other words, a few years ago, I had a roof to put on. I knew that Gabe learned this from his dad, but like any time somebody needs help, they'll be there.
Yeah.
And they are. So what I say, winsome, loyal, hardworking, yeah, that just comes naturally to Gabe. He's not afraid to work. He likes to work.
Yeah. Well, do you have any wisdom or advice you would like to share with Gabe before he heads off?
Yeah, before you leave, read your Bible every day, which you just acknowledge that you haven't done well at.
This is being
so
recorded.
we
know.
Well, and Breanne's husband has probably pestered you even more than
Steven,
I have.
yeah, he's been great.
But it's for your own benefit. I mean, you find guys that will push you forward and not let you fall off. And so like there's the community aspect of your faith, but there's also the private aspect of your faith that when you're alone in the darkness and like there's not that community of guys, you still have the anchor of faith that you need.
Yeah, and I remember Steven ingrained in my head I'm going to ask you, like, do you know what sanctification is?
Ooh.
Yeah, he has a phrase of putting it. I
Yeah.
have a different phrase that my youth pastor ingrained in my head.
What was your phrase?
It's basically becoming more like Jesus, but the phrase was just a little bit more theological.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like a
ours
lifelong
was
process of becoming like Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
ours was pretty just out there. It was
Sinless.
just sin less and be more like Christ.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That's the goal. I mean, I remember being so frustrated at points in my life, thinking like, I feel like God is supposed to be sanctifying me, but I don't see the results. But sanctification isn't this immediate gratification thing. It's not like immediate results where you're like, oh, it's all fixed. I'm better. I'm like Jesus now. It's this lifelong process that takes hard work. But if you don't do the hard work, you're not going to grow.
That's right.
But that's exactly it. Let the next 5 years not only be good for your work ethic, good for your manhood, but also for your faith. Become a stronger man of Christ in the next 5+ years. And really don't let these years be taken for granted. You can't get them back.
That's right.
Amen, brother.
Amen,
That's right.
brother.
Well, Gabe, I appreciate you being on the podcast. I know that this is your week before you take off, but I appreciate that you spent some time with us. We're proud of you. We're excited to see the man that you become through this, and we hope that you stay in contact with us because we'll be praying for you.
I will. Yes, I'll be back in December for 2 weeks. So,
Christmas?
late or last week of November, first week of December. So I will be back, hopefully in one piece.
That's
You think
good.
you'll be more jacked?
I don't know.
I want to see
You know,
you
I had
gotta
a-
beat those boys in the discipleship group and the push-up contest, right? You should be able to come back and crush them all.
Yes, I should, because the Navy is you have to do 48 push-ups in a row. I forgot how many setups. I think it's 25 pull-ups, and you have to run 1.5 miles under 12 minutes. So, yep,
I think you can do it.
I think so.
Could you do it right now?
I think you could probably do most
If
of it.
not the push-up part.
Can you do the pull-ups?
Yeah, I can do the pull-ups.
Yeah.
I'm a little guy. I can do her.
You're not pulling up as much weight while you look at me saying
That's
that. Is that what
exactly
you're saying?
right.
Yeah.
It's all
I
relative.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
So yes, yeah. I just thank First Church. They've been great, and I'm just really happy that I got to grow up in this church, and excited for all the future things for this church and everybody else. So
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Gabe.
no problem.
We look forward to reconnecting with you when you come back. But don't go away, folks. We will take a short intermission because we have our Mexico mission trip on.
Of which I was a part of.
Yes,
and
so we'll interview you too.
that's right. And we're back.
Mike's making fun of my short pause.
Hey, Breanne, it's Gavin's birthday. I just want you to know that.
I appreciate that. We just established that. But how old are you today?
22.
22. Are you feeling 22?
See.
What do you have for breakfast,
you're
Gavin? At our house this morning, Gavin, frozen waffles and half a steak for breakfast. What a breakfast.
Wow.
Basically chicken
Why at
and
your
waffles.
house? Was this like a post
We have a thing, you know?
breakfast
We
or
lift.
post trip breakfast? Oh,
No,
lift.
yeah.
You lift together.
We lift.
Okay.
Yeah, heavyweights. Gavin does a lot of heavyweights.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You repped out 240 for 5 today.
Are we doing this for max amount? Is that what we're doing?
We're trying to get stronger.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
You know, Gavin and I and Deb here, we're all in Mexico as well.
This is why you're all here.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at that. You all just ended up in the same room. No. We did plan a little bit on this, but yes, you guys went down. Where in Mexico?
Acuna.
Acuna. Is
Yeah,
that how
like
you say it?
Ronald Acuna Jr. MVP. He was an MVP, I think, in 2023 for the National League with
idea.
the Braves.
Yeah, he
Deb,
played right
Do you know
field.
this? Do you
He
know
did.
this person? I don't. Okay.
Yeah. ACUNYA.
Okay.
South
So how
of
many
Del
people
Rio,
went?
Texas.
So we only have 3 of you in here, but how many went? There was a big team.
There were 16.
16 total. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, I know that there was a little bit of a debacle with the transportation. You had vans lined up that didn't work out to go across the border. So what did you guys end up doing?
We took personal vehicles, so we wound up caravanning with 4 cars.
4 cars.
And then when we got to Del Rio, Texas, we were able to rent a van and a trailer from Casas por Cristo.
Let me tell you about that van. 12-passenger van. Couldn't fit the luggage in it, so we had to take a trailer. That van, Mike Van Haften, love him. He was our driver. I couldn't drive because on Vermeer Road, I got a speeding ticket a couple of years ago. And so they had like a 3-year no speeding ticket deal. And their insurance said you can drive in the U.S. or you could drive in Mexico, but not in the U.S. But Mike just ended up driving the whole way. Oh. I would have never noticed that the van was slightly overheating. Mike does. Car guy. Mm-hmm. So while in Mexico, every time the van was stopped, even when it was full of passengers, Mike would turn off the van. And he was repeatedly filling it with water to keep it cooling. We didn't have coolant, so he was taking care of it in order that like we wouldn't break down with an overheated van in Mexico. But part of that process was a warm van at times. And then at times when we were going, it was totally fine. It was cool. But
wow.
I was not in said van, so
I was fine. Not. Okay, good.
Yeah, 2 of our group joined the Uitermarks in Mexico in their vehicles. So they had their expedition, which seats a lot, but they had 7 total in there.
Okay. So what was the goal?
The goal was to build a house, and we did it. I wasn't sure on Tuesday if we were going to accomplish our goal, but we did. And it's kind of crazy when you arrive on Monday and there's just a dirt pad, and some people might think that's a level dirt pad. Let me tell you, it's anything but level. It took a lot of effort to get it level.
It looked level. And then we made what actually is level. And it was like, oh, it didn't look level before.
So you were eyeballing it?
No, not by the end. But when we got there, it was like, oh, we have a good canvas. And it turned out that the canvas was not great. Yeah.
Well, I saw Deb's kids in a lot of pictures. So between Morgan and Ashley and Tyler, I saw them working on the concrete work. They were taking a 2x4 across there and trying to make that level. So that seemed like a really hard job.
It was harder, like I said, to prepare the pad for the concrete. And then, they did have this metal box kind of thing that we used to
level concrete.
Trowel the concrete. And it was kind of heavy. Ashley said it was harder than she thought it would be, but people were trading out regularly because you're kneeling down and it was heavy.
That was our hot date too.
Well, what does a house consist of? So we talked about the pad, like you have to get that, but what does a house look like down there? What did you all do?
Started with walls. Every house needs walls.
What kind of walls are they? Are they made out of wood? Are they?
Yeah. Wood framed, 20 by 25, so pretty small. Wood framed walls. You pour your concrete, lift your walls up, kind of like Amish style, and get them in the ground and connect them all together. And from the walls, then we put blackboard straight on the walls on the exterior. Blackboard is like an insulation layer that also you can throw stucco on. From the blackboard, we then wrap the whole house in chicken wire. And from there, stucco. Do you know what stucco is?
Yeah, I was not sure why the chicken wire, but now that makes sense because you put stucco
and then on the
it.
inside, we just hung drywall. So that's pretty much the house.
Over insulation.
Yeah.
So the roof.
And a metal roof.
And metal roof. Okay. Is it insulated as well or not?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
You guys
just
did a lot.
Bat insulation.
Because how many days were you there?
We had 3 work days.
3 work days to get all that done with 16 people?
Get Spanish.
Yes.
Wow.
We're speaking Spanish sometimes. I said tres.
Nice. Are you still? Yeah. So the family that you built the house for was how big? How many people are in their family?
4.
There was 4?
Yes.
Okay.
2 daughters, and then a mom and a dad. And then a sister lived nearby.
An aunt, like mom's sister, I believe.
Mom's sister helped with all of the meals. They fed us a meal every lunch, so that was nice.
Wow.
And mom's sister was there for that. The last day, Christina came. So the people that built the house 2 years ago built the house for Christina.
Oh.
And she teaches ESL, so that was really fun because I could actually communicate with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she was grateful, delightful, but so grateful for what we had done 2 years ago and this year. So
So this family that you were talking about, the connection there. So how does a family get a house built for them?
They enter into so a local pastor that Casas works with pastors that they determine biblical by their doctrinal statement, which our church would say is biblical. So Casas says we need biblical local churches, and biblical local churches can then put forward people in their church who need houses.
Okay.
For a variety of reasons. This family didn't own and couldn't afford the rent. So a combination of factors. They live somewhere right now, but it's not ideal. So they were in this process for some time. And if you guys looked, we get this yellow plaque at the end that right when they get chosen and told you're going to receive a house, they put it up. It was pretty weathered. It wasn't new yellow that had been put up and outside recently. The paint was faded, which would just, to me, indicate they've been looking forward to this for a little while. And even before that sign was put up to say you're going to receive a house, they were in the process of we're told that we entered this thing and there's a chance we receive a house. So it's a big culmination of events. And prior to it, we are given a video of the family and introduced to them a little bit. They didn't speak any English. So it's hard to communicate with them unless you're Sue Schrader.
Right. I that was kind of nice that you had your own translator, basically, because Sue was a missionary in Mexico for a number of years. Yeah. I remember. So while you were down there, what this family whom you couldn't communicate with on the regular, how was the relationship?
Yeah, it was good. My kids all have taken a lot of Spanish in high school, but Tyler would say it still sounded gibberish to him, even though they knew quite a bit. But my girls were able to communicate a little bit with Erica and her daughters. And Sue obviously communicated quite a bit. And there's always, the facial expressions. Sure. And, when they served us the meal, we would try to express our gratitude. And they seemed very pleased with that.
Yeah. And even the day that it was pouring rain that we had to stop working, they came and met us at the nearby church, which is the church they go to, that this pastor that recommended them is at. They came there and served us lunch, even amidst the torrential downpour.
Yes.
Yeah. So this trip was not without its challenges, I heard. Does anybody want to share what those challenges were?
We talked about the vehicle situation.
Yeah, the vehicle situation. That was kind of the first thing, even getting down there.
It also created for more comfortable travel.
Oh,
it wasn't terrible.
Okay.
We were all in comfortable vehicles, but so that rain,
torrential downpour, you said.
Smaller team.
Heat. Is the heat bad?
I didn't think the heat was too bad.
The first day was bad.
We just returned from Washington, D.C., where everything got canceled from the heat. So it didn't seem that hot to us out there.
Which is ironic, getting south. But and what about you, Gavin? Was there anything that...
I think the rain was the hardest part.
Okay.
And we were... It got to the point where we were just getting so upset we started laughing.
Oh.
We were just we were so over it. And I uttered the words, count it all as joy. And that was cool. But then it just made people kind of just a little bit more frustrated in the moment. And I'm I was trying to be encouraging, and you just, you got upset at that. But it was good. And just to I don't know. I think of the verse from Romans, and it just kept playing in my head. With perseverance comes character, and character hope, and with hope comes joy of the Holy Spirit. And that's just, I think, describes that whole week, and especially the day of rain. It was the perseverance for the house to be built for this family who needs it is just a beautiful thing. And it was a hard week, but yeah, it's just kind of the joy that comes from it is beautiful.
Yeah, I imagine there's a little bit of sanctification in it for you guys as well.
I think you said to me at one point, this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, I did. It is. And
the building part or enduring?
There's a lot of elements that went into our challenges.
Okay.
Well, and team dynamics play a role here too. But our team generally really recovered well and got along well. It's just personality differences that can occur at times, but that's just normal stuff.
Sure. Well,
it's just how you persevere through it.
Being tired, being hot, not eating the same food. There's a lot of
it's
factors.
Just about moving on from when personality little quarrels happen and learning to laugh about things. Sue Schrader, like, right when we get over the border, she is in the back of the car and we just hear, praise God and then everyone joins in her car. And like stuff like that would happen at times where it was like really good reflection for me. I'm just like, thank you for Sue.
Well, speaking of which, maybe all of you can share what was one growth opportunity that you had while you were there? Not everybody at once.
I think mine was just the difficulty of it and knowing like the struggle comes with great reward, and the reward isn't for me. And so I think this the biggest thing that I learned was just like, sometimes you're going to have to do things that aren't for yourself. And those things are going to be really difficult, but ultimately the Lord delights in it. And so just doing those things with joy, even though it's like, why am I here? This is silly. I don't know anything. I don't know how to hammer a nail. But the Lord delighted in me learning how to hammer a nail in.
Yeah, that's good.
And our skills improved as the week went on.
Yeah,
Some
your
people
daughters,
more than others.
Yeah. Your daughters were a great example of that.
Yes. Yeah, for me, it was just really cool because we had planned a family vacation and Mike said, I don't think the Mexico trip is going to happen. We don't have enough people. And I went home and said that to Brad, and Brad's like, well, let's shift gears. Let's go. Wow. And our girls were still at school at that point, and we FaceTimed, and all three of our kids are like, okay. And so that in itself was really cool to me that they were willing. And then on the way home, all three of them were very grateful that we had done this instead of a family vacation. So that was cool. I mean, it was hard. We were tired. We were sore. But everybody found joy in it, enough joy that it was worth sacrificing a family vacation. And
wow, that's really neat. I loved the pictures that I saw of your family working together. That was really special. And those will be memories that your kids will cherish.
Yeah, it was really cool for me to go with the whole family. I don't feel like I was super helpful. I mean, like, there were things that I did, but there were a lot of things that were beyond my capabilities. And but just watching everybody else pitch in and use the gifts that they did have. And by day 3 especially, you could see people knew where their gifts were, where they weren't, and were really pinching in to make the best of their skill sets.
Wow, that's really neat to observe.
Yeah.
What happened? Just everybody being part of the body.
Definitely.
That's great. Okay, Mike, what about you?
First, to comment on Deb's thing. On Thursday, we got to our hotel, and by that point, everyone's like, kind of wants to be home. You woke up that morning in Mexico. You've driven all the way to Oklahoma City, and
through
everyone's
floods.
Through floods. There was like chances of roads being shut down because of how crazy the flooding was. And you're in Oklahoma City, and it's like, I ordered pizza from Pizza Hut. We ate it in the hotel lobby, and then it's like everyone's kind of ready for sleep, And me, Gavin, Geneva, and Ashley played 2 games of Settlers of Catan then. And
wow.
And Ashley sitting
That's
there
not
like,
a short game.
Can we play a third? And that was just like, I mean, it's you could easily be like really tired of people at that point, but there was just, it was beautiful at that moment for me a little bit.
Very neat.
I'd say from my like reflections and growth, I'm like, this is now the 3rd time in 4 years that I've done this. I did it first in 2023 with Tim Kauzlarich and Jason Chapman. We went on a scouting trip in March with another church and experienced that this would be a good thing for our church. Second time in 24 in the summer, and we had a group of 20 and it filled up, and we had a lot of competent adult men on the trip. And in addition to that, we had a really competent missionary who was helpful and 3 interns. And then we come again this year. The elements are against us, and we have 7 less people. And so like the challenges are apparent. Not only are the elements against us, there were times like Deb said where it's like, I don't know if this trip is going to happen. I'm really pushing hard to make this trip happen, and it's going to be hard for me to be away from my wife and newborn baby and 2 boys. And hard for my wife. So I'm like, I'm having my own personal struggles, and the Lord provides. And amidst his providence, he also, this curveball comes that I could have prevented earlier on finding out that Enterprise doesn't allow their vehicles into Mexico. It's like, okay, shoot. Okay. How are we going to make this work? How's the Lord going to provide for us now? The Lord provides. We get to Mexico and it's hot on the first day. And we're talking about like every day we're waking up at 4:45. That's early for our team. And then the rain comes and we have to delay for 3 hours. We have insulation that's soaking wet. We have other materials that are wet that shouldn't be. And the Lord provides. Then we finish the house and dedicate it to the family. And some of our plans had to change along the way, but the Lord provided. And we were able to still spend time at an orphanage and see kids who are joyful amidst their circumstances, which is another providence of the Lord that he would show us that. So I think from our church's perspective, this year was very pivotal for me, saying like, is this something we want to keep doing going forward? Are we going to continue to be able to have this trip and have people go on this trip? So one, I'd say yes, I learned that. 2 years, we'll try to do it again.
Okay.
And then two, just a reminder that the Lord is going to provide through anything.
Yeah.
I know that, but it's good to be reminded.
Yeah. No, that's a great summary, Mike, because I was going to ask you too. Do you think you'll do this again?
Yeah, and Mike touched on the orphanage, and Morgan actually said after Sunday morning service, nobody talked about the orphanage, and that was my favorite part.
Yeah.
We were able to go to the orphanage. It wasn't the same as the experience that they had 2 years ago. We went in our work clothes. We didn't have time to go back and clean up before we went to the orphanage. So the whole thing of like, women aren't allowed to wear shorts to the orphanage. Make sure you pack appropriate clothes and, like bring a dress or whatever. Well, that was out the window because you just went in your work clothes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Those kids didn't know.
No.
They loved us anyway. And the squeals of delight. And I would say that my kids, while they had a hard time communicating with the family on the site, they communicated very well with the kids in the orphanage. And that was really fun to watch.
Yeah,
Sometimes the
really
language
neat.
barrier is a big deal. And in the orphanage, it was very hot. I mean, 100 degrees maybe that day. And, if you go to Cantoritas or El Charro, you say caliente. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means hot.
Spicy hot, right? But the word hot just has a lot of different meanings, right?
Yep.
A lot of different meanings. A lot of different meanings.
And, it means like it's hot outside, spicy hot, or attractive hot. Gavin is learning how to communicate, and language barriers are a thing. And by accident, in the brain trying to get the right words out in a different language, he might have called a young girl hot. But he meant to say, I'm personally very overwhelmed by the heat outside. And what happened?
She giggled and ran away.
And told all of her friends.
Oh, funny.
And I apologize profusely to the worker who stood there, eyes wide agape, laughing at me.
Well, clearly, yes. I'm sure they understood there was a language barrier too.
He patted his chest and waved his hands, and said, I took that as it's fine.
Okay. I don't know either. Were there other funny things like this that also happened? That was it. Gavin
There
was the
was
soul.
other funny things. I don't know if I don't know. Anything you can think of?
The kids knew 2 words in English the entire time, 6 and 7. And they made that very known.
That is international, the 6-7 thing.
That it is like every child ever knows it.
They were also playing Uno, but they called it one.
Funny. Yeah. Because we use the Spanish word.
Yeah.
And they played it differently. It had different rules.
Yeah.
It was very different. But we stayed in Cunha, which is the city that Mike talked about. But the house that we built in was actually about a 45-minute drive. So every day after you woke up, you would drive that 45 minutes. After your work day, you would have that drive to return. It was Jimenez.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like Andres Jimenez.
Was the name of the town that we actually built the house in. So yeah, there was a drive associated with it too.
Which was another element, like another factor of like, you're driving an hour and a half total each day. You're also waking up at 4:45. The first day, like I said in church, we started at 4:45 and didn't leave the job site till after 8 p.m. Which, I mean.
That was day 2.
That was day 2?
Because day 1 we went to the orphanage.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But he's right. Day 2 and day 3, we had evening plans that did not happen. So again, another pivotal point because you have to adjust because we had to finish the house.
We're supposed to go to a sort of like rescue house for people on the street.
Oh, really?
That's run by, it's like a Christian mission. And then we're supposed to go to like a local market that you can shop from local vendors of like homemade things. And that's just something people enjoy doing on this kind of trip. And we couldn't go.
And it's just
so we went to the Walmart type store instead.
Oh, okay.
Which people loved. I mean,
things were so cheap there.
At the Walmart?
At the Soriana?
I disagree. I think they were like exactly the same price. I spent like $70 on clothes for my kids and some snacks.
Oh, I spent $20.
Mexican Coke and air freshener. Those were the 2 purchases from our family.
Oh, you know, other elements.
For the car.
Ryan Pastor came in already experiencing the worst poison ivy of his life.
Oh, no, that sounds terrible.
And so he was able to get some prednisone in Mexico, which was very helpful. But yeah, he was leaking. And it was like on his nose, on his eyes, on his ears, on his arms. He looked like a leper. But he had the best attitude out of like anyone. And on the way back, he experienced some sickness and there was a lot going on, but like the joy of the Lord, I think, filled our team. And it was an immense blessing to see that amidst the things that could make people really angry.
Yeah, I think it's actually, this is good timing to just the series that Pastor Bob is going through with our patterns of prayer and just thinking through I'm trying to remember if you guys were here for the lamenting sermon, just talking through the fact that it's okay to lament and have despair, but knowing that there's hope. And I think you guys had that in a short-term version of, lamenting what didn't go right and then turned it into joy, which is great. So what a applicable, actual, you applied it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So what are any other last thoughts or comments? Have I asked the right questions? Anything I've missed that you want to share? I mean, we didn't talk about food. I feel like we always talk about food.
Just back to the house, you asked about the house. And so there were 2 windows and then there was the door and they are adding a bathroom that our church paid for, but we did not complete while we were there. So that will make it slightly bigger, but
they also
just
don't have
2 bedrooms
electricity.
We did run the wiring and they will have electricity, I believe.
Yeah.
And so when we leave, the drywall is up, but it's not been taped or mudded. It's not been painted. So there is some finished work that has to happen before the family can completely move in.
So there must be local experts that help you with this, right?
Yeah, they'll have a local worker come in and build a bathroom for them. Most people can mud and dry.
Right?
We have a Ryan that,
You have a Ryan. Oh, you brought Ryan Pastor. That's right.
Yeah, and Ryan Pastor is the best.
Yes, that's
but
true.
the Casas missionary is skilled enough to, I mean, you're just running wires. It's not really running you're like running
You're not
wires.
stripping them and tying them together.
Setting up outlets. Yeah, you are a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And Ryan,
That's all pretty simple stuff generally.
Well, I mean, we have rules in the States, so you have to be certified.
Yeah,
so that's why
they don't have those rules in Mexico.
Mike, do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
You said it was simple.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Did you actually test these lights, Mike?
They did.
Okay. Good work.
They tested the light, the outlets. Yep.
Well, the generator also stopped working, and the
dear.
drawstring broke. So Ryan rigged a rope to start it, and
Okay, so were you strategic in building your team then, or did
no,
these people
Ryan went on the
by-
last trip, and he went on this trip,
Okay.
and I wish I could be strategic in building my team, but the Lord will provide.
Ryan and the
Amen.
Misfits.
Yeah, that's
And then you learned that maybe you had some skills you didn't know you had, I guess, too, right?
And it was really cool to see people working together. Before we went, Tyler's like, I don't know Ryan Pastor at all. And they were working side by side a lot by the end of the week. And it was cool just to see people working together well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine it'll still take some time to process it in your minds of all the learning and the joy that was there. Because, you're probably still recovering, I would assume, from sleep and illness on the way back. But, hopefully you guys can see what joy you left. And I mean, I loved the pictures of seeing you guys all together and working together. And then
Did you see the picture of me sleeping on my face on a tile floor in a church?
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, that one's on Instagram.
During our rain delay, we hung out in this church, and Mike did fall asleep on the tile floor, and he was snoring. It was quite a rhythmic snoring.
Did we take a video or just a
I
picture?
think one of my kids did, yes.
Of course they did.
At first, I
That's
thought
great.
it was somebody mowing, but then I thought, oh, we're in the middle of a rainstorm. Nobody's mowing.
Brad
That's funny.
was a little bit more respectful with his nap. He went to the vehicle and took his nap.
That sounds like Brad.
Yeah. I got out of my chair. I think I took my shoes off, soaking wet, and laid on the tile floor without a pillow and fell asleep for an hour and a half. It was awesome.
Wow, that's impressive. You know you're a parent when you
And
can
then I
sleep
woke
anywhere.
up. I heard somebody say, should we wake him up? And I just popped up and I'm like, ready to go. You drank a little Mexican Coke and back out on the job site.
Okay, you guys both have said now Mexican Coke. What is that?
It's made with real sugar.
Oh, okay.
So the family fed us a small bottle of Mexican Coke with every lunch, which was amazing. And I know, obviously, they're asking for this house, so they don't have a lot of money. So every time they fed us, I was like, wow, the amount of time that they spent making this food and the amount of money that they spent on us was really rewarding.
Yeah.
It was,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine it was their way. I find that their hospitality is their way of gratitude and their love language back, which is pretty neat. So rice, beans, we didn't talk about the food. So
The first day,
Yeah.
it was tamales with this like
Tamales.
beans with hot dogs in it. It was good. I mean, I love the beans. I went back and got more beans.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought the beans were really good. The tamales were
good at
good
it.
too. The second day was fried chicken with this like cilantro creamy spaghetti. Not my favorite. I kind of powered through
thought it
that
was pretty
one.
good.
You did?
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Third day was those little burritos with
Meat and
like
beef.
and potato. And they had a really good spicy salsa.
Verde salsa.
And then all of the other meals, so like breakfast and dinner, are provided by Casas Pork Cristo, cooked by cooks in the area. And one of the cooks is the wife of a worker that comes and helps us. So those meals are really good. I mean, just solid. Everyone's ready to eat when you're eating. Everyone's kind of together when you're eating too. It's fun. I didn't really. I think watching Morgan eat is always fun because she just gets so excited about food.
She does. She take a lot of pictures.
She took a picture of every meal.
I bet she did. Yeah, Nora, she has an album, I found out, of her food pictures.
And on the way down and back, we stopped at Buc-ee's. On the way down, we stopped at Buc-ee's. We stopped at
It's a unique
Freddy's Steak Burgers. That was good. We
Please
stopped
tell me you got a giant chicken to give to Pastor Bob. That squeaky chicken that he gave our
at
kids.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
No,
doesn't that have Buc-ee's? The thing that he got,
I
that
can't
annoying
explain.
chicken.
There was thousands of people at this Buc-ee's. It was absurd. It
We
was
got
so
there and the
overwhelming.
bathroom line was so long, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Crazy.
tough being a woman.
It is always in the
Pretty
bathroom
in and out for us.
situation.
Yeah, it was pretty in and out for us.
Exactly. Well, any closing thoughts to your Mexico mission trip?
I recommend everybody try to go at least once. And yeah, if you can bring your whole family, that was really cool for us to have the whole family there together. And yeah, encourage many people to go.
Excellent.
Sue messaged me yesterday.
Okay.
She said, people keep asking me if I'm feeling better. Apparently they think I'm sick. I said something on Sunday that confused people, I guess. But then she said, thanks again for all you did to make this a fantastic trip. It was also great. I'm so sorry to have missed the closing and wrap-up sessions, which also kind of didn't happen because of rain. But she said, I'd like to share somehow at some time how the Lord changed me on this trip. Maybe I'll send an email. So I look forward to hearing that.
I do too.
About how the Lord can change a woman who spent many years already as a missionary in Mexico through a trip. So I just find that very exciting. And I mean, I was blessed by the humility of her too.
That's great.
And her hard work was really inspiring.
Yeah, she is a hard worker. Gavin, any last thoughts?
I just think it's such a blessing to see this family growing in their relationship with Christ throughout it. Just like we saw their Facebook post, and I don't know what they look like beforehand or what it's going to look like afterwards. But they made a Facebook post and they give It started off with like, God has blessed us with this home. And they gave thanks to Kauzlarich and to us and their pastor. And then it ends again with them giving all the glory to God. And so just seeing their relationship grow throughout the week and seeing it like transform, and hopefully it becomes a thing where they are continue to search him if they are.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
And one of the things that we haven't mentioned is that during the dedication, we gave them a Bible. So that was fun that we were able to give them a Bible. We all signed it. And yeah, the dedication was really special for me. Like we're giving them this Bible. We're passing off the keys for the house. We put a plaque above the door that says Casas por Cristo. So
Ryan put one nail in and the man of the house put the other in. And Christina, who we built the house for 2 years ago, was the translator at the dedication, which was also pretty cool.
I love that connection.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, thanks for all the work you guys did there. And those, I know you all had spent a lot of time in the planning process too for everyone else that went along. So you guys did a little extra work beforehand. So thank you all for serving and serving joyfully in the midst of hardship. So it was really fun just to hear everyone's stories and seeing you all on Sunday. It was just nice to be together again.
Yeah.
So this Sunday, Mike, I think we have Pastor Alex preaching. Is that correct?
The high priestly prayer.
The high priestly prayers.
John chapter 17.
Okay. Well, we can look forward to that. So, friends.
I just want to say one thing, Breanne. We're in
ahead.
unmarked territory. We are over an hour right now.
Hey, well, we had two special, I don't know. Do we count you all individually? We had two special episodes in one.
I just find it, we can pick on Bob for being long-winded at times. But here we are,
he's
over an hour.
He'll give us a hard time for sure.
Yeah, but at least we put it out there ahead of time.
But friends, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast, and please share it with others. And it's an honor and joy to be with you all. And we would love to see you at 9:30 on Sunday mornings.
God bless you all.